Spring Hill has a wonderful mission. It is a hospital that's been in this market for 40 years. It's a private, for-profit facility. The market here in Mobile, Alabama is an overbedded market. Very high competition, very competitive competition. Our mission is to provide the best quality health care in the city that both our physicians as well as our patients want to come here and don't want to go anywhere else. The previous L&D rooms were old and dated.
You can't work in the rooms with construction because there's dust, so you have to tarp it off, and there has to be multiple layers so that none of that sheetrock gets into the working part of the unit. So you have to have all that, plus all the noise of construction within the rooms where you have moms and babies sleeping.
When we made the decision to move to a modular system, we did investigate the market.
I watched the construction of this space from what's gutting it prior to steel beams and nothing, to the layout, to the interior designs, to putting up the walls, and it came together. It was amazing.
DIRT stood head and shoulders above with the ability to prepare and to deliver a customized unit that we wanted. We found ourselves pushed into corners often with other manufacturers in that you can have a choice of this or this. And DIRT gave us a choice of whatever we wanted. People, including myself, have been hesitant to employ a pre-manufactured product. The fact that you may not be there to control every aspect of the construction may scare people. I think that if they don't investigate this, then they're doing themselves and their employer a disservice. I'm sold now. I would use pre-manufactured construction in any future project given the opportunity.
Oh, the nurses love it. The staff up here are very pleased with their unit. They had a lot of input as well into the room setup and design.
To be able to bring their ideas into a 3D fly-through was an incredible opportunity to explain how the unit worked.
The major difference between that and looking at a blueprint is that you can move things around.
They would kind of walk us through it so that we could say, okay, like the monitor is always on this side of the room, so we would need to move that plug here, and it's exactly what we wanted and what we envisioned it to look like.
Oh, it's night and day difference from where we were. This new entire L&D suite has allowed us to recruit new doctors over here. It's allowed us to get a lot more volume.
This is Brooke Elizabeth Bender. She is 13 weeks old. She was born here at Spring Hill Medical Center. I've experienced the old L&D and this one, and this is just, it's such a calm environment and relaxing. It's wonderful for family coming to visit. You don't feel like you're in a hospital.
From the birth of their child, they'll come with their baby to the hospital and then recommend their parents come to the hospital, and then they'll be patients of our hospital until hopefully the rest of their life.
We make this patient focused where the mama makes the healthcare decisions. There's a lot of research that shows mama makes the healthcare decisions for the family. So we focus on making mama happy.
I remember seeing this wing for the first time after I'd had my first one and said, this really makes you want to have another baby. Well, here we are.
We keep all of our information all over the walls. The parents make their bets on, the whole family writes their bets on delivery times and delivery weights on the wall. The walls are great.
You'll notice in this room there are not a lot of things hanging on the walls, which you typically see in a patient room. Stuff everywhere. Everyone wanted standardization. They wanted to have everything in the same place. For instance, glove delivery, everything is exactly in the same place, but it's hidden behind doors, still a very attractive, very cleanable unit. When you come into an area like a delivery suite, which you can expect some high noise levels, we've had zero problems with sound transmission. We have everything insulated in the ceiling, not any more than we would have a regular patient room though. In addition, to lose a room to maintenance is extremely debilitating to the ability to serve the patient as we are tasked to do. So by removing the panels, making any repairs, and putting the panels back on, we turn a 3-day job into a 3-hour job.
Both our physicians as well as our patients want to come here and don't want to go anywhere else.
We've improved our market share considerably. We have very satisfied patients, the highest patient ratings in the city, if I'm not mistaken, as well as skimming time off the schedule is extremely important and very satisfying. This was a home run. Hi, I'm Steve Crenshaw, the Director of Facilities and Construction Management at Spring Hill Health Services. Today we are in a typical conventional type of construction. This is going to be a retail pharmacy, but it gives us a good example of the differences between conventional construction and modular construction. You can see the area back here that is now framed and roughed in, but yet not yet sheetrocked. This took at least 2 trades with other trades to follow, and it has to be inspected for rough-in. Areas that have already been completed, this represents 5 trades that have touched this wall. So if I choose to move this wall, then I've got to strand this investment and I've got to re-engage those 5 trades to move this wall out. If this were modular construction, I could do it in half a day with no trades. In addition, this represents another stranded investment. Most of this will wind up in the landfill, and unfortunately we have paid for this. So you avoid all of that with modular construction. Indeed, if this were modular construction, what you would see today would be a floor that's completely finished, a ceiling that's completely finished, and then dirt would come in, stand their walls up, and be gone in probably 2 to 2.5 days utilizing 1 trade. So you can see the advantages both in quality, avoidance of waste, avoidance of stranded investment, as well as improvement of the schedule by utilizing modular construction.